Welcome to Backseat Confessions Podcast. Slide into the backseat as we listen to mostly anonymous strangers tell us stories from their lives. I'm a rideshare driver in Atlanta, and the people getting in my car have absolutely no idea I'm going to ask them to share. My commitment to you is to tell at least a snippet of virtually every story recorded in my car in the order they were told to me. My hope is that you laugh, cringe, cry, but mostly connect to these amazing people. You may find a piece of your own story, or just feel more connected to the rest of us. Join us, won't you? So, hey, my new friend, this is an adult podcast. Themes and languages are definitely not suitable for everyone. Listener discretion is advised. Hey you, I see you there. Looks like maybe you've had a stressful week. Or maybe it's just been a stressful day, but either way, grab a cup of your favorite beverage and let's just help you unwind and release the tension. That's it. Now you're ready to go out with me on the town and experience the people like no other people. This is ATL, baby. Sometimes you meet a soul that is magic, and Gemini is definitely magic.
Story number 257. Friday, May 7th, 2021, 10:52 p.m.
I am 17.
Right.
I have never had a stable relationship with my father. But he's cool now. Shout out to him.
Okay, awesome.
I was in modeling school, and my modeling coach asked me if I could make a collection for our graduation, and I said yes, of course. At the time, my father was not doing his best. He blocked me a couple times.
Wow.
Shit was pretty heartbreaking, you know?
Yeah.
So I took all of that. Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to screw up the story, so if you want to go through this, but I do want to know a little bit more about what was going on with your dad. So you can decide if that's more appropriate to come after this, or if now is a good time to set up sort of what some of the struggle was when you say he was not being a good father.
Well, my dad's a truck driver. Okay. Everyone on my father's side of my family is a truck driver. It's just a family thing. 100%. So, of course, he's never home. He's never at home. He also he's one of those guys that settles down with a woman for a year, gets married, has kids, next woman next year. And does not tell anybody about so he will show up at family functions with a new woman, and I'm just like, wait a minute, there was so and so last year.
Wait, he's not actually marrying
yes
them.
He is marrying these women.
I'm like, without divorcing the other one?
I'm pretty sure he's divorcing them.
Okay, so
it's some nasty ass breakups happen. He has to be divorcing them.
Okay, wow.
But it gets real serious, intimate relationships, and I'm like getting connected to them. Oh, this is my stepmother. Blah blah blah. Disappears.
Yeah.
And of course, hey, that's your lifestyle. Do you?
Yeah.
But
Yep. Okay. Just wanted to kind of clarify.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so that's what's going on with him, and so you're in modeling school, which is its own crazy thing.
Yes.
Very intense. You told me.
Horrible, expensive.
Okay. And you get asked to do a show. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Graduation comes. I am feeling down. I'm depressed. Yeah. I'm sketching out designs to make me feel better.
Yeah.
Also, at the same time, I'm homeschooled, so that's just horrible in of itself. I'm sad and bored and alone. So,
would you have rather been in public school, you think?
Honestly, yes.
Okay.
Homeschool is cool, but public school, it gives you more experiences and more life, life experiences, things that are gonna help you later on.
Right.
Fashion show's coming up. I'm drawing everything. I'm feeling pain. My father blocks me for the last time.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to call this the Revenge Collection. And then I think I got to throw my mom in there too. My mom's middle name is Dawn. So I say Dawn of Revenge. Wonderful. Works just like that. Yeah. So I'm making all my clothes. I have so much shit to do.
Yeah.
Doing it all at the last minute. Sewing, blah, blah, blah. I invite my dad to my fashion show, of course, because I planned on calling him out. I was so hurt that I took all of this time and energy and effort and put it into something to explain my pain in a different way. Maybe he'll understand if it's art. Yeah. Maybe he just doesn't understand my words. Because I've explained to him multiple times, I'm hurt. You're hurting me.
Yeah. And
so the day comes, I am backstage working my little fingers away, sewing up things. Everything is just going horribly for the fashion show, but of course at the end of the day everything turns around.
Right.
So as at the end, after my models walk, I come out because they want me to do a speech, of course.
Right.
And so I just say, this is the Dawn of Revenge collection. My father's in the audience and I would like to point him out. If you could stand up, Father. He stands up and I'm just like, you have hurt me many ways in the past few months as a father, but I still love you and I want you to understand my pain and my hurt. So I showed him my clothes and I want you to see, the pain in these clothes and the pain in the thread. I want you to see the pain everywhere because everything's red. It looks like blood. Everything's pretty dark and deep and all that, but it's still very flashy and showy and fun. And I felt like that explained how I felt.
Yeah.
So he nods his head and he sits on down and everyone's just kind of like, at a graduation. I'm like, yes, of course. I'm going to call out this man in front of everyone. Wow. Why not? If you feel like you can be a deadbeat dad just to me and me only, you can be a deadbeat dad to everybody in this room.
Yeah.
So after that, nothing really changed. It didn't really do anything.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. But
it's okay.
What an amazing, well, it's not okay, but you're learning in life because you're like wise and put together beyond your years, which is probably like, as a side note, is probably like a combination of homeschooling and then you were describing a little bit of what
etiquette classes,
and modeling school. It's almost like a finishing school for women. But no, this was about you being able to get some of that pain out of you. And man, you hear people talk about art being a medium for that, and I cannot think of a more like personal way to do it than something you're passionate about, like fashion, and then designing all of that in front of your dad and then calling him out in an audience. That had to be like, so what did that, in the moment, what did that feel like for you? Was it like therapeutic? Was it relief? It
felt amazing.
Okay, good.
It felt over the top.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Can I talk about something with artist and emotion really quickly?
Please.
Okay. Every artist I've known, I feel has mental issues. So if you're listening to this and you're an artist and you feel, oh, I'm depressed all the time, oh, I'm anxious all the time, oh, I have, this and that. Every single artist I've known, and my mother went to art school, so I know a few good artists. Yeah. Every artist I've known has had something up there that really kind of, that was a little off, that kind of bothered them.
Yeah.
So it's just all the creativity in your brain. That's how I think of it.
So, okay, I was going to ask, why do you think the artists in particular may lean a little bit more towards...
I feel that our brains are just so curated to like express so many things and bring so many things to the world and just make so much history that it's too much stress on just one person.
So... wow, I never thought about it that way. I've always thought, well, maybe it's part of what makes them a good artist is they feel so deeply about
that could be it too.
Right?
And then you have that guilt behind it, like, what if I'm not creating? What if I'm not doing this, and this? And, oh, this person over here just made 10 gowns. I only made 2. What's going on?
Okay, which is all the comparisons. Good Lord.
It's a competitive...
Comparisons. I don't know what I'm having a mental breakdown, and I'm like, I don't think there is a word called comparison.
Comparisons.
Is that a real word?
I have no idea. We're making it a word.
Comparison.
It's a word today.
Jeepers. I'll have to look that up afterwards. But the trap of comparing yourself and then also performance. Yeah, I can totally see that.
And then putting yourself... I put all of this out to be judged by people.
Yes.
I put all of these things out to be judged.
Right.
And then I'm a model also, so I put my body out there to be judged.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're this person who feels more deeply than most, i.e., make you a great artist, and then like you said, you're putting yourself out there to be judged and open yourself up for even more. Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of like the perfect cocktail for depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not like, I get that life is a journey and there's ups and downs, but like you seem like you're at a really good point right now. Either that or you fake it really well. Are you at a better point? And talk about that. Like, just honestly, where are you at?
I've learned to accept my father, and he has his own issues and his own life.
Yeah.
And that does not excuse the fact that he needs to raise me as a better person.
Absolutely.
And that's also the thing that's just like, I have an older sister.
Yeah.
She was raised perfectly, still is being raised perfectly. She still gets an allowance. She's 25.
Oh.
I don't get jack squat shit.
Really? Why not?
And I have learned to just,
okay, never mind.
You know what?
Yeah.
I have no idea why, but I've just learned to, deal with it.
Okay.
That's just life. Life is unfair, and that's what makes life fair at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm in a good place. I'm happy.
Good.
I graduated high school in 9 days.
Nice. Good
I
for
turned
you.
18 in like some more days after that.
Oh, amazing. So you're close.
I am. I have a very good job, and I live in a good spot. There's nothing for me to be sad about.
Well, what you just did right there is also practicing gratitude, and I will tell you, it's something that I try to be conscious of. At least I try to once a day practice gratitude, and I find that really helps push back any kind of depressive thoughts or woe is me stuff, which that creeps into most people. Even I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky person, but even I can struggle with that. But then I start practicing gratitude, and after a while I'm like, oh my god.
And when you
I'm
practice
so
the gratitude, you can't just think about what you have.
Right.
You have to think about how good of a person you are, because you just have to look in the mirror sometimes, just like, I'm cool as shit.
And you really are.
I'm really cool as shit. Thank you.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Too.
I'm going to look in the mirror, and I'm just gonna say, Miss Gemini is cool as shit, and that just makes me feel good. No, that's stupid. No, but I feel what you're saying. I love that you have, because I don't know. This is a story for another day, but I feel like I love all the positive self-talk stuff, but I also think that, as with everything, there's been a pendulum swing where maybe there's been so much of it that I'm kind of like, some of you people that say that stuff, I don't think it's really helping you. It's like you're not actually embodying it. But I want to tell you, like, I think you're actually embodying those words. You really are a wonderful, amazing human being. And
thank you so much.
You're going. I'm going to say this. I can say this without reservation. I don't know if it'll be through your fashion or if it'll be through some other way, but you are going to help make this world a better place.
Oh my gosh,
you already are.
Make me cry.
No, but I'm telling you, I know there's something about you. There's people you meet every so often where you're like, there's just, God created them just a little bit differently. Not that anybody is, I'm not trying to say there's favorites, but there's certain people that have like a calling over their life. To make the world a better place. That little extra something.
I call it that swag.
That swag, right.
Somebody just
Charisma,
has that swag.
Whatever you want to call it.
You just have that thing about you.
Yeah.
And a lot of Southern people have it, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I haven't thought about that.
But Northerners have it too.
Yeah.
But you got to just have that real, my mom calls it a couth. You really have that couth.
Okay, couth. That's a word you don't hear very much. Yeah, I like that. They call it the X factor, charisma, all that stuff. But yeah, you have it. And I think some people have it and do bad things with it, but you have such a genuine heart. And I think because of your issues with your dad and feeling overlooked and all that stuff, I really think you're going to turn that pain into something beautiful in the way you reach the world through your art and however else. So anyways, you're amazing. I really do mean that.
Thank you.
Not like in sort of, I see a lot of people staying in the mirror telling themselves a bunch of stuff that they don't live up to. I think you're going to walk the walk. So
thank you.
It's
amazing. Just pure confidence, 100% confidence.
Do it, girl.
You just have to. Everything you can get with confidence.
Yeah. No, you're right. Confidence is a huge part of the battle, because if you walk into a place with confidence, human beings are weird. This is dragging on into different places, but human beings are weird. So if you don't like yourself, I will subconsciously not like you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone can see when you don't like yourself.
Yep.
And that's not
true.
in like a bad way.
No.
Don't think like, oh, they can just tell that I'm depressed.
No.
Carry yourself in a way where it's just like, I'm the shit, and I know I'm the shit. Yeah. And if anyone else disagrees with me, then it's a problem.
Right.
And you don't even have to be violent or aggressive about it.
No, the real thing is that's their problem. It's not yours.
Of course. Yeah. If you don't like me, then you just don't like. What are they doing for you?
No,
are they paying
exactly.
Your bills?
Pay no.
And I see
attention.
so many beautiful girls that are out here that are just he doesn't like.
I know.
Fuck that man.
I know. Yeah, I don't. That's one thing. I was born very lucky. 99% of the people on this planet, I not even in a mean way or whatever. I just literally couldn't care less what they think about me on those kind of levels because they're not people I respect or that love me or care about me. The people that love me and care about me, if they tell me something that, they're like, hey, this, that, or the other, I will take it very seriously and I will let it. And you're supposed to let people in your life tell you the hard things, but the rest of the world, it's irrelevant what they think.
I feel that way really half the time, but also the other half the time, people like you, I'm just he thinks I'm so cool. I'm going to go home and Mom, there's this random little guy. He just thinks I'm so cool. And that's going to boost my confidence for the next 10 years. I'm going to remember this for the next 10 years.
Oh my God, really?
Yes,
Thank
of course.
You.
I really will. I'm going to remember this car ride for forever.
God,
it's the way
awesome.
that you made me I feel complete in life now.
Well, that's probably an exaggeration. But you are so awesome, Miss Gemini. I am
you.
So grateful you got in my car tonight. You're
Thank
amazing.
You for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Her saying at the end that she would remember what I told her for the rest of her life. Well, I don't honestly think she literally will. I do think it is a powerful reminder that we have the ability to see the gold and the beautiful in someone and to call it out and leave that person feeling better than before we met. That, my friends, is a superpower. Our next rider, who may be a little tipsy, wades into one of the great debates of 2020 and beyond.
Story number 258. Saturday, May 8, 2021, 1:02 a.m.
Two weekends ago, I went to dinner with my girlfriend and her parents for the very first time.
Oh, wow. That's a big deal, man.
And it really was a big deal, and I was pretty nervous about it. Yo, hey, hold up 1 second. I'm going to let my friend answer this phone call.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm going to continue talking in this mic. So, I was pretty nervous about the whole ordeal. It's my first time I've met my very new girlfriend and her family.
How long have you been dating?
We've been dating for a little over 4 months.
Okay.
So I go to dinner at Taco Mac with my girlfriend and her parents, who have met for the very first time. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And I've been vaccinated.
Okay. Yeah.
And the conversation comes up during dinner of the vaccination.
Yeah.
And her family tells me that they don't agree with the vaccination.
Okay.
And this is my very, very first time I've met them. And I have been vaccinated.
Yeah.
So get this story.
Okay.
So I end up telling my girlfriend's father,
Right.
I have been vaccinated.
Yeah.
And he looks at me straight dead in the face and says, I guess you're not planning on having children.
Oh, yeah. He's an anti-vaxxer. They believe all that stuff. It's awesome.
So I look at him in the face and say something along the lines of, I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah.
And he explains to tell me this story about how everyone who's gotten the vaccine will not have children.
Uh-huh. Yes.
And in the most polite way possible, I end up having to agree with this guy. Even though I completely disagree with this dude.
Yeah, you're dating his daughter. Of course you're
I'm dating his daughter. And, this motherfucker believes that being though I got a shot in my arm, which I've gotten, this is the 30th of the 30 vaccines that I've ever had put in my arm and my body.
Yeah.
That because I got this one, the 30th of 30.
Yeah.
That I will not be able to have children.
Yeah. One of the other good ones I heard recently was that it changes your DNA, so
Exactly.
you're probably not even
or
human
that
anymore.
I will become a zombie. I'll start
That's-
foaming from the mouth.
Yeah,
all
good.
I will do a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
So here's my thing, man.
Here's your thing.
I ended up having to sit across the table at Taco Mac
Yeah.
and agreeing with this motherfucker. Like,
All for a good cause. All for a good
all
cause.
for a really good cause.
So I guess you. Okay, I'm gonna say this. You
because
must really
I was sitting next to his daughter.
Well, I was saying you must really like her. Let's just be honest.
I really do, but
Yeah.
what's the alternative?
Listen. I'm not going to tell you how to deal with a conspiracy anti-vax father-in-law. I come from a rich history of people who believe in all kinds of conspiracies and who are anti-vax and all the rest of
I
it.
just want you to know that you're on this microphone too.
I'm on this microphone.
Oh, you got your own microphone.
Yeah. I have my own microphone.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. We should say for the audience, you might have a couple of drinks in you, just possible.
And honestly, sir,
Yes, sir.
you're not wrong.
No, I'm a pro. I take drunk people for a living to where they want to go. So, but yeah, I'm proud of you that you made peace with this man. You cannot argue with people who have strongly held beliefs like that, and nor should you if you're trying to date his daughter. Like, I hats off that you just went along with it. That made him probably feel good and confident that you agree that you're never going to have kids, and maybe he doesn't want grandkids, and so temporarily you relieved his mind of that worry. But anyways, yeah, man, that's a good story. Thank you for sharing, my friend.
Of course. Yeah, I'm glad to be honored to be able to share the story of a backseat driver.
Backseat confessions. Yes.
Backseat confessions.
Either way,
Yeah.
or backseat driver. That's my next podcast. Thank you.
That's part 2.
Okay, so I of course love that he wisely chose to just agree with the dad of his girlfriend. And my controversial opinion on this subject is squarely in line with many other divisive issues. I'm largely libertarian in many of my political views. In my family, we have many that did get the jab and many that didn't. And that's the American way from my vantage point. The government shouldn't be in the business of making you do or not do most anything. Unless, of course, you're actively hurting someone else, with, of course, self-defense being the big caveat. I truly don't understand why freedom is controversial in a supposedly free country. But that's just me. This next story reminds me of Atlanta. It involves strip clubs and crackheads.
Story number 259. Saturday, May 8, 2021, 1:37 a.m.
So I want to talk about how I received kindness from a stranger.
Yeah.
I was basically trying to get into a booty club.
Okay.
And
like, do you mean a strip club?
yeah, a strip club.
Okay, got it. Okay, I was like,
And-
maybe booty club is something I don't know about. All right, got it. Yeah.
I didn't get in.
Okay.
And so, like, I pretty much hung out with, like, the local crackhead for, like, an hour.
Awesome.
And it wasn't fun. Like, he was giving off, like, a really rapey vibe and just scaring, like, everyone away, like, including the bouncer.
Really?
And my phone was dead, and I would have ordered an Uber home, but
Yeah.
my phone was dead, and the bouncer wasn't doing anything. This random dude pulls up in a Jaguar that is, like, a brand new 2021 Jaguar. And he just, like, I told him the dude was giving me, like, a rapey vibe and
Yeah.
that I didn't like it.
Yeah.
He just picks me up from a strip club and we just ride around a Jaguar for, like, 2 hours.
Wow.
And then he drops me off when my friends are finally done and I figure out a way home.
Wait, he really?
Yeah, so...
And he didn't want anything from you? He was
No.
just being a cool dude?
Yeah, he just picked me up.
Wow.
And, like, it was nice. And, like, he had his, like... cousin that was like closer to my age, but I mean, he was kind of old.
Yeah.
And he just said I reminded him a little bit of his kids, and he wouldn't want his kids sitting out there.
That's it. Yeah.
And he like saw like kind of like the desperation in my eyes and how I just want to get away from the dude.
Yeah.
And he just picked me up, and we started going around and racing around in his Jaguar.
I love it. Well, kudos to the Jaguar, man. We need more people like that out in the world, dude. That's really awesome. Yeah.
So the next time I see someone on the road, I'm gonna pick them up.
It's beautiful. That's the pay it
and
forward
give
thing.
them a ride.
Heck yeah,
for
man.
free.
That's awesome. Wow.
It really meant a lot to me. Like, I was messed up, and I like had like a full-on crackhead like all over me. Like, it was terrible.
Yeah, that is awful. And I'm always inspired by when someone does something kind or generous, how it inspires. There's like it's like the domino effect, except normally when you think of the domino effect, if you think of something bad, it's the positive version of the domino effect, you know? So, no, I love that, dude.
I mean, spread it forward.
Heck yeah, man.
It like really like, and this was like recently, like this was over spring break, and it really just kind of made me think that I wanted to spread some kindness and help out like a stranger.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's awesome. Dude, thank you so much for sharing. I hope it inspires someone to, just to literally just be kind to our fellow human beings. That's amazing, bro.
I got one as well.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, you could tell this poor kid just needed someone to help him. And I guess his lame friends couldn't be bothered to come out of the booty club. So thank God for Jaguar Man rolling for 2 freaking hours with this kid. Gee. So our ride continues with another friend wanting to tell about his version of kindness from a stranger.
Story number 260. Saturday, May 8, 2021, 1:41 a.m.
Alright, so it's kind of like an act of like kindness from a stranger. You know, we came home from a concert. We wanted some Waffle House, so we stopped at the Waffle House. And like this homeless dude was just vibing there. We're like, hey, what's up, bro? And you know, this isn't as great as Max's story, but you know, I had to pee, and you know, sometimes you just can't hold it in.
Yeah.
And so I was like, his name's Larry. This is a homeless man right outside the Waffle House.
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, take me to a pee spot. I gotta pee. And he took me down to this alley, and then
Like for real.
yeah, no, serious.
Yeah, because he knows.
That's what I'm saying. Wow. I was like, dude, I know Larry knows where to be around here. Sorry for laughing, but these
No, it's so legit though.
And so we go in the alley, and then he puts his back on my back while I'm peeing. And he's like, bro, I got you. I was like,
oh, dude,
man,
that's
respect.
so cool.
For sure. And I was like, that was the best piss of my life.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, like both your guys' stories, they kind of are like those restore faith in humanity.
Right, for sure. Everyone's just here to help each other out sometimes.
Yeah, because for every creepy, like in Max's story, there's the creepy crackhead who, with the rapey vibes, there's somebody in a Jaguar that'll
came
pick
to
up,
fucking save the day,
right?
man.
Or the homeless man who's like, could have looked at you.
Story?
Yeah, but
I have a secret.
yeah, okay, that sounds good. But no, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for sharing.
For sure, thank you.
I love how enthusiastic the homeless guy Larry was to share what he could, which was his best pee spot, then post up behind this dude to protect his 6. Pretty great. Our next story is a dirty secret, but filled with brokenness.
Story number 261. Saturday, May 8, 2021, 1:43 a.m.
I have a pretty bad secret.
Okay.
And I've already let my dad know about this one.
Okay.
I have this stepsister.
Yeah.
And she's 24.
Okay.
And like, I'm not really that interested. I just don't like her mom at all.
Okay.
And I'm 18.
Yeah.
And I fucked her.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
This
I
is like
fucked
for real,
her.
for real, for
Oh,
real?
yeah, I fucked her.
Okay, now, hold on. So this is a stepsister you live with? Or...
No, she just, like, kind of hops in from now and then and, like, will come over and, like, was, like, just kind of hang out with me. And, like,
Yeah.
I don't find her that attractive. I just fucked her because I hate her mom. That's
Wait,
the only reason.
Wait, what? This was like revenge sex on the...
No, this is just so they don't, like... Yeah, I mean, I don't like her mom.
You don't like her mom, so you had sex with your stepsister? Yeah. That is magical.
And, like, she hit on me, too. Like, I didn't even want to do it. Like, really. Like, I just was like, okay, it's there. I'll do it. I'm pretty messed up. And I hate her mom.
Wow.
And also, it's funny. I fucked my stepsister. How many people can say that?
Yeah, that's a very special little club that you're in, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
But let us celebrate for half a quick second. Step. That's an important word. It's not your sister. It's not Alabama.
Yeah.
No offense to my Alabama
it's
listener.
Not my actual. No.
Yeah. So how in the heck did your dad take it? You said I love that. By the way, you came clean to your dad. That's important.
Well, I kind of like really just like I was angry with him, and he just didn't believe it, and I kept telling it to him and explaining it to him, and I was like, I put something inside her, something attached to my body, and he just was like, okay.
Wow.
I mean, me and him have like a kind of friendship relationship, and have had that for a while.
Yeah. Okay, and so all this was intended to like cause pain to her mother. Is it your stepmom?
I wish I could see her reaction. I don't really see her that much, but
is she a former stepmom then? I guess
I mean,
so bad
like,
with how these things work. Sorry,
I don't stay there completely, and she doesn't stay there completely. Like it's a messy family situation.
It's a messy family. All right, fair. So we don't know yet if the bomb has landed on.
I'm sure the bomb has landed on her.
So now, what is your relationship with your stepsister? I mean, after you bang your stepsister.
Oh, she hates me. She calls me like a little weird antisocial fuck.
Oh,
she sent me like all these texts because I don't like her mom, and I've made it pretty clear. And
okay, so she doesn't not like you because you banged her.
No, she just doesn't like me because like
you like her mom.
That probably too.
Yeah, it could have added to it. There's always that
and also
chance.
like I stole a bunch of stuff from her along with some of my friends.
Well, you're definitely gonna win Citizen of the Year award anytime. You just keep opening the mailbox.
Well, I didn't really steal stuff. My friends did.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, like I don't like stealing. But
all right. Well, that's.
I knew they stole it, didn't do anything about it, and thought it was funny because she's 24 hanging out with 18-year-olds. What can I say? My friends ran her too.
Oh God, so poor girl. Jesus. Oh, this is you're right. This was
coming up on a cougar.
Well, she's got a couple more years, like 40 or 30 or whatever it is.
Like I just turned 18 when she fucked me.
Yeah, but come on, cougars. I don't know what the minimum age limit is to be a cougar, but I'd say
definitely
40s.
Yeah,
40s
it's
for
considered
sure.
rape if I'm 17 and she fucked me.
No, I think in Georgia, age of consent, I think you're okay at 17. Yeah,
16.
pretty sure. Might even be 16. Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So she's okay in that one. Good Lord. Okay. Well, gosh. Yeah, that's
naughty little secret.
That is a naughty secret. Yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for sharing, my friend. Appreciate
Frankie,
it.
you gotta go.
Yeah, Frankie.
I think one of the subtext here is the hurt from divorce. No matter how many of us have experienced it or how common it is, many kids still end up damaged from it. My hope is that in the future, we are able to provide more stable home environments for our children. I wasn't able to give that to my children, and that is just a painful reality. Our next is a short story that could be titled, Conversations You Don't Want to Have with Your Sister.
Story number 262. Saturday, May 8, 2021, 1:48 a.m.
I have a twin sister. We're both 18.
Okay.
But we were talking in the car after my soccer game.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, I have a friend that she's dating a 6'6" guy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I pray for insides."
Oh, because the idea is a 6'6" guy somehow he's
and she
hung.
said her friend was really short. My sister's like 5 foot.
Whoa.
And then today she tells me that she is the one dating the 6'6" guy.
Oh.
And I was like,
You basically said your sister.
I was taken aback. I was like, "Wait, what? Say that again." And she was like, "Yeah, I'm dating this guy that's 6'6", and I was like, she was like, "Yeah, you said pray for my insides." I was like, "Bro, I was not talking about you.
Yeah, you were,
I was talking. You said you're a friend."
That's right. So has she said anything about this guy, if he is indeed, hung like a 6'6" guy, or if he's just a regular?
I guess so.
Yeah,
She
has
said
to
she's
be, bro.
6'6" basketball player.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
I assume, but I don't want to ask any questions.
No.
Like
Yeah, fair.
she can do her. I
Absolutely.
don't want to know. You know what I mean?
So how does that? That's hilarious. So how does that work? Like, because I feel like twins have like such incredible like connection and all this stuff.
See, I feel like for the most part, like people think that, but me and my sister were just like, I don't know. We just do our own. Like we do our own thing. We don't really talk. Like,
Okay.
we talk, but like, I'm not.
You guys don't go deep all the time.
Yeah,
and,
it's just like every like week or two, like we'll like go in a car and talk about about what we're up to. But like usually we just we just stick to our own stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah, and I don't know, being fraternal twins, if that lessens that a little bit. I probably is most strong in identical twins, and clearly if you're boy and girl, you're fraternal twins. Well, there you go. Thank you for sharing your story, man.
No problem.
Conversations you don't want to have with your twin sister, especially if you're a guy. Yep. Our last writer takes us hesitantly down a carefully worded journey about knowing someone who allegedly did something in a foreign country that makes it so he can't go back. Ever.
Story number 263. Saturday, May 8, 2021, 3:03 a.m.
There is like some kind of dark secret that I do know about.
Okay.
It happened like I want to say maybe between the timetable. I'm not gonna give a specific time frame. Maybe between 10 to 20 years ago, let's say.
Okay. So a while ago.
Yeah, I want to say past 20 years ago. My apologies, but yeah, definitely more than 20 years ago.
Okay.
It's something that I had to learn about as I was getting older.
Nice. Okay.
Definitely interesting. Doesn't involve directly with me, but let's just say I do know that there's this one person that I do know, and they're connected with someone who's a little more, was on the deeper end and worked with high government officials.
In this country?
And no, not this country, actually.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not this country.
Yeah.
But definitely interesting. Just the way they moved around and did business. I don't know any true specifics, but I do know that he fled this country.
Okay.
This specific country to come to the U.S.
Wow.
There are reasons why he can never go back to that country.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's basically, he's doing his thing out and wherever he is at the moment. Mm-hmm. But, just to give you, I guess, a brief synopsis, there's obviously rumors. Nothing has been proven yet.
Sure.
But, there are rumors that there was probably perhaps in large quantities of amount of money that was taken from the specific government.
Got it. Yeah.
And that was kind of leached through in a way somehow that it kind of can't be discovered in the U.S. And I know this sounds kind of crazy. I know this sounds probably like, can you really believe it? Yeah, because I probably know definitely firsthand who. But second of all, not just that, but like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy to me, just the way certain things, like, I guess, happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I probably found more, like, really, really interesting. Like, it's just really weird how, like, that works. But yeah, I think that story's kind of crazy. Came here and started doing, got into some servicing of, just a good business, a solidified business, just basically, I guess what you can say is like living the American dream.
Right.
But definitely it is crazy because he can actually never go back to that country.
Wow.
Now keep in mind, these are speculations, these are rumors.
Yeah.
But
and everything's so anonymous.
But another thing is that it does seem like it's very to the point where it's kind of detailed, very true, very the information that I was provided seems to be very reliable.
Be pretty reliable.
So,
all right, so let me and I'm gonna try to solid things up.
Yeah, for sure.
Firm things up, excuse me,
that way,
as much as you're comfortable, because your story's a little bit vague. So
no, for sure.
So Mr. X was in a different country, and it sounds like through one way or the other, he swindled them out of, are we talking hundreds of thousands, millions, tens, or hundreds of millions?
Now, from my understanding, Mr. X was a right-hand man was a diplomat.
Okay.
Was a right-hand man to the, I want to say, of a very, very higher power in the country that they were living at the time.
Okay, got it.
And when they took this money...
He was a diplomat from that country to the U.S.?
So he was a diplomat for that country.
Yeah, got it.
For that country specifically, like almost like an ambassador.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, specifically for that country. But while he was the ambassador, he obviously represented a lot of things for them, did a lot of things for them on the right-hand side in terms of, just, infrastructure, attending meetings, just being one of those figures where you have to show face when the president really can't show face or things like that.
Yep, got it. So he embezzled, but like I said, the amount of money is what I'm looking at.
So from what I've heard, is it was an embezzlement of millions of dollars.
So millions, okay, not
millions.
Necessarily tens.
It is crazy because it's still really hard to believe, but at the same time, it's very hard to not believe with a lot of the speculation and a lot of talk that has been just rumbling within the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I specifically go back to this country every now and then as well, just to visit. I have family there.
Oh, cool.
I definitely go there a lot, and every time I go, I still hear rumblings, and that's just like the way things go. People love to talk.
Of course.
So,
well, and this stuff, it's. I mean, in one hand, yes, it's kind of scandalous, but on the other hand, it's like people steal from their local church. They steal from corporations. They steal from whatever. It's like it's just he was just doing it at a slightly higher level.
Exactly.
So you said part of the trick though that made it so fascinating is he managed to somehow figure out how to get it to the U.S. and make it untraceable, because that is magic.
It's just like,
how in the heck did he wash it that well? That's mob level.
That's what I'm saying. I genuinely have no idea, and I still wonder.
Yeah.
Because it's not like obviously I can just come to him and talk to him
of
about the
course.
situation, because I'm not trying to be on the other bad side of the stick. So, but it is very interesting to see how he did it, because oh my God, I can't even imagine the amount of trouble, the amount of
Well, and he probably has to keep, if that is remotely true, or even
100%.
if people suspect. Well, I'm saying if people even suspect him of it, he probably has to keep a low profile here in the U.S. because a hitman could come and get him.
Not only that as well, but man, I would hate to be looking over my shoulder.
That's what I'm saying.
For the rest of my life, that.
Yeah, even for $10 million to look over my shoulder, man, you can keep it. Honestly.
I will say though, it is. I think people need to also have a better understanding of how government works in South American countries and Central American countries, because I think there's an understanding where people don't realize that it's a little more different.
Okay.
In terms of freedom, I think one of the biggest things that I've probably picked up as I've grown up here, and I've been to this country specific amount of times, and I definitely can tell the differences in between in the U.S. and in this country that I've been to frequently.
Yeah.
I will say that it's different. It's not. I feel like people in the U.S. feel like they're a little more entitled, and I feel like we're from the U.S. Like we are who we are. Like we're powerful. Yeah, I get that completely, but it's not looked at in other countries that way.
Really?
Because the way that things are is that like the people of those countries don't act that way because they understand that there's just a sense of, I guess the U.S. obviously has a sense of capitalism.
Yeah.
So, a lot of things here are based off, how much money you make, how hard do you work, how are you going to survive? Everything's based off how much money you're going to make.
Totally.
But in countries like that, it's like no one cares how much you're making. No one cares how big you are. No one cares who you are in society. It's like a kind of fend for yourself type thing.
Got it.
And it's like, it just feels very weird to me because like, I don't know, the U.S. like I've grown up here obviously, and I was born here.
Okay.
But I've definitely gone to this country many different times, and I've gone to my other family's country definitely many times as well.
Yeah.
And I've definitely seen the differences between the two, and it's just so different, like the way we are between like everyone else. Like it kind of feels like we are kind of disconnected from just like people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is weird. I don't know. It's just really hard to explain. But
I will say I have family that lives in Central America, and I know in general South and Central America values like family and all that stuff much more than I'd say the average American does. Where you're right, it feels like we're much more about pursuing personal gain and all that fun stuff, whereas there it's much more important about like honor and family and all that stuff. So is that kind of what you're talking about, or are you talking about something even beyond that I'm just not totally understanding?
So I mean, yeah, definitely the value aspect of that, like the family values and things like that. But I think another thing is just like, I don't know, people just need to realize another thing. Like I understand how people like kind of discuss how government's corrupt here, and people will try to say like, oh, the election was rigged and things like this, right. All this controversy and things like that. But like people don't realize that like that stuff really happens
over there. It's
there.
Not a rumor.
It's not a rumor. It's not a joke. Like
it
happens.
Yeah,
and
for real.
Here, like, let's be real. Let's be completely real for just a second.
I love it.
That will not happen here.
I know, bro.
Ever.
I know.
And it really doesn't make any sense to me when people are like, oh, like, this is rigged. Like, oh, this isn't a real thing.
So
what do you mean it's not a real thing?
Can I I'll spitball with you because we're just two dudes in a car now, so you kind of told your story.
No, for sure.
I genuinely think, and I got to think about this more, but human beings, it's like our brains are wired for problems and trouble. Okay. So like if you study the neurological design of the brain, it recognizes bad things and danger hundreds of times faster than it recognizes something pleasant and good. Okay. And from an evolutionary standpoint, it makes sense, like keep you alive, you need to see the tiger or the bear coming, versus if somebody's coming over to you to like, oh, Mr. S, you're awesome, and give you a big hug, if it takes you longer to recognize that they're being nice, no problemo. Okay, so taking a country like America, overall very wealthy, very good life, not a lot of real problems in comparison to the rest of the world. So what starts happening, I think, is our brains are desperate to find where the bear is, and when there's not actual real bears, we start making them up. And that's why you find people in America fight and are concerned over the dumbest stuff ever, in comparison to, like you said, some of the countries that you're used to going to in South America, where when they're talking about problems, it's like, all right, food, shelter,
poverty, like
poverty.
Real poverty, not this poverty that we think exists in America. This is not poverty.
I know.
It's not even close.
I get it. And so and this is one of the things I think about a lot, is like, I feel like we're very, very blessed, and I love that. It's not
100%.
Right. I would never want to give that up, but at the same time, I do think that the modern American or modern Western human being has a really weird set of challenges that I don't think a lot of other countries that are poor, they would probably spit on it and not recognize it as a problem. But they are real problems, because you think of like the suicide rate, you think of the depression and anxiety,
the mental health.
Mental health
sure.
is off the chart, and that stuff is 100% real. because it's almost like our success has become the thing that's now eating us. And there's a whole, anyway, that's a whole long crazy discussion, but yeah, fascinating.
I'm honestly glad you mentioned that, because one of the things that really like kind of sticks with me, that me and my father really discuss about a lot.
Yeah.
Me and him actually talk about this. One of the subjects that you just brought up is that, I guess, the strength of this country and like who we really are, like as Americans and things like that.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
We were the best country in the world.
Yeah.
Military, economically,
right.
Anything you could think of. There's a reason why Americans act a certain way.
Yeah.
And I completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, growing up here, like, we have a sense of like order.
Yeah.
Like, there's countries who literally don't have that order, that kind of
rule of law. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, it's just, I feel safe here. People need to also understand that, like, you can't be in Peru and think for a second that, like, oh, okay, you're completely fine. It's not the same.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like, not at all. Like, it's definitely different. Order is different. The police is different. Like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Like, people are definitely blessed. But I will say, I think one of the biggest things, my father just recently became a citizen of this country.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things he said is, America really isn't the best country in the world anymore. And it's not in terms of like trying to bring us down or anything like that. And it's not to like, throw shade to America, because it's not.
Yeah.
But it's just the way we have become as Americans, the way like how we're all against each other.
Yeah.
And it's not like united like it used to be. Like before. Yeah. When we went, I mean, this is kind of like a bad example, because I get it. Some people may not like war. Yeah. Some people like war. There's obviously, a double-edged sword between that. Yep. But like, when we went to war with Vietnam, and when we went to war in World War II and World War I, there was probably one thing that was really honestly making us all like really, really love each other. And people don't really realize that was that we were fighting as one. Like, we were united.
Just as a quick correction, Vietnam was...
not Vietnam. I understand Vietnam was a little more complicated.
World War II.
World War II, though, and World War I, and those wars, I would say that Vietnam was a little more complicated. My bad. I did not mean to mention Vietnam. Because I appreciate you correcting me, because definitely I understand there was a lot of problems with the draftings and people getting drafted, people not wanting to go to work, because there was an issue with that. And there shouldn't have been... There should have been certain resolutions that should have been alluded to that situation. So like, I definitely completely understand that, but like, just in general as who America is on its own, and what it was really built on, like when it was united, and like that's really when it was really one. Like people were really all for one and one for all. And like, I'm not trying to sound patriotic at all, because I'm not at all. But like, and as cliche as that sounded, but like, it's true. It's just not the same anymore. The generations also have been like changing, and like, I think one of the weirdest things I saw the other day is like, I believe there was a poll that was taken recently in the state of Georgia. It was like whether or not a student would rather have a college degree or be social media famous. And I believe it was a 66% vote who agreed that social media famous would benefit them more than having a college degree. And I was thinking to myself, like, what?
Yeah. Well, and I could actually argue that on both sides, like devil's advocating with you for 2 seconds. Outside of doctor and lawyer, I'm betting within 20 to 30 years, having certifications on specific skill sets and then having real world experience are going to be far more important than bloated, very expensive, fairly worthless, unfortunately now, degrees. That was not true for generations in the past. Generations in the past could count you probably know
very true.
The statistic is if you had a college degree, it was $1 million more in your lifetime, which is a fantastic ROI on getting a college degree. My bet is going forward, like from the kids entering college right now, there is not $1 million ROI.
Not at all.
Right. It's gotten way, way more expensive, and there's way, way less benefit. We're in a rapidly changing world that doesn't, so back to this famous on social media, I would rather, if I could start life and had a choice between getting a 4-year degree somewhere or being good at programming and teaching myself and then grabbing some Google certifications along the way, I'd much rather.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Honestly, I wish I could go back in school and just do that.
Right. Well, and screw school. Just get a couple certifications.
You're right, honestly. Yeah,
You don't
the
need to do
certifications, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're starting out in the low $100,000 range, and if you get really good, you're up $300,000-$400,000 a year. This is no college. This is no anything except some certifications. So, any which way, I kind of see why they're saying it. They're on the other side, it can sound like they're just vapid dumb people, which there is some vapid dumb people probably that are voting for, TikTok famous over
for sure.
Hey, laugh at the Kardashians all you want. They turned this whole social media thing. They're all billionaires now.
That's
So
very true. That's very true.
America is a very, very strange place compared to the rest of the world. We
can make anything out of a job.
We really can. And part of the problem is like we're so far ahead of what most countries do.
Oh, yeah.
We set the trend for the whole world. So most people look at us and laugh, and then it's not until 30, 40 years later that they start doing the same thing, for better or for worse. So
for sure.
Yeah. We're not the greatest country to live in terms of median standard of living anymore, but I will say in terms of opportunity and then clearly military, my youngest son.
We're the best military in the world. I will hands down. I will say that one thing.
Don't mess
not
with
to
the
be
US.
a patriotic. Not to sound like a patriotic.
Just don't be an idiot. Don't mess
fart, but bro, we are the best military in the world.
100%.
There is no reason to ever mess with us.
No, it's a terrible
I'm sorry to say it like that.
No,
I'm
it's
not
true.
trying to sound like offensive to any other country, but we are the best military in the world for a reason.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Yeah, my son is in the Marines.
I have respect. Respect to everybody who serves in the military. I have family in the military as well.
Awesome.
So very direct family members in the military. So I definitely salute anybody who served. So,
yeah, man.
Man. Once again, thank you for having me on the show, man.
Yeah, dude,
that was
awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I appreciate it.
For sure. I really enjoyed conversating. So.
I love these kind of free-flowing conversations that start with knowing a slightly dangerous secret about a family member who may have stole millions from a foreign government, to talking about the psychology of Americans versus the rest of the people in Central and South America. I feel that chasing squirrels down rabbit holes is one of my favorite things to do. So, besides the lovely and talented Gemini, this ride has been pretty sausage heavy, and the dudes have brought the stories. The guys have brought us escaping crackheads, homeless pea spots, banging your stepsister, and landing with dangerous tales of knowing a guy who most likely has a price on his head for stealing millions from his government. Okay, folks, there's just one more ride together this season. So, I hope that until we connect up again, we stay in a place of gratitude for the many blessings that sometimes it can be hard to see that we have. Arrivederci. This is what happens when you are a rideshare driver in Atlanta and ask people for their stories. These weren't handpicked people with great stories. They just happened to get in my car and be gracious enough to share with all of us. And who knows, maybe someday you'll be in Atlanta and need to grab a rideshare and end up telling the rest of us the next great story on BCP. I'd actually encourage you to, every so often, just ask a stranger to share a story from their life. You never know what you might learn. I believe that our stories are powerful. They can make you laugh, cringe, cry, or even get you to think or feel differently. Our stories can truly make this world a little bit better place. So please subscribe, rate, and listen to this podcast and share it with as many adults as possible, it would mean so much to me. First and foremost, I want to thank the incredible writers who trusted me with your stories. You're my heroes. Thanks also to all the people in the background who have believed in this project/dream. All of the music on this podcast was found on pixabay.com, and it was free, which is an amazing gift when you're starting a podcast on a shoestring budget.